I have a couple of things today. One is last week I went in for my mammogram, and I got a call on Thursday that there were a couple little questionable spots, so I had to. Of course, they tell you that on Friday, and there's nothing they can do about it until Monday. So all weekend you're like, "What is it? What is it?" Um, ooh, cookies. Well, I went in today, and they took a bunch of pictures, a bunch, and everything was fine. Um, One of the things they do when you have to take them again is they mash your boobs twice as hard, because what she said was if they mash them and whatever spot goes away, they know it's nothing. If it was something and then they mashed really hard, that spot would still be there. So, yeah, twice as hard. I mean, it was excruciating in some positions. Um, it's not very long. It is what it is, and you have to do it. I feel bad for people who have a low tolerance of pain, though, because it was very uncomfortable. Uh, I wouldn't say it was like, I'm going to die kind of pain, but it definitely is while it's being squished and you have to then hold your breath. It's not fun at all. You'll find out if it's anything before you leave. Whereas if you go in for a regular scan, they call you later. So they determine everything today. So that was nice. You don't leave wondering, is it something? Um, so the woman comes back after with a piece of paper and she goes, everything read fine. It's nothing. And then there's a knock on the door and it's the doctor, and he comes out and he says, I'm Dr. So and so. Do you have any questions? Everything looked great. No problem. Um, I said, no, I'm good, thank you. Because, by the way, my name is Dr. So-and-so. I'm like, well, nice to meet you. I didn't, okay. I mean, it was a little weird, but, it was great. So I don't have to go until next year, which is really nice. I know everybody's going to talk about the Oscars after Oscars stuff, uh, but I'm going to talk about it too. What I think is interesting is, well, not that this is interesting. I didn't see most of the movies. In most years, I don't see most of the movies that are nominated. I watch them, later or never or something. Uh, but when The King's Speech first came out, the reviews weren't very good. And if you watched any show that did any kind of movie reviewing, their opinion of the movie was it could have been done on HBO. It wasn't really um, major motion picture worthy, is what one guy said. It's really an HBO movie. It's not. It's a made for television movie, is what he said. It's not really a made for theater type movie. And he goes, the acting was all fine, but it's just not. And then I think when it got some momentum, I don't know exactly at what point that happened, but all of a sudden those same people were like, it's the best movie ever. I just really, you know, just stick with it. If there's no crime in saying you don't like a movie, really. I, I'd have more respect for you if you just said, you know what, I still think it's a made for TV movie, but hey, everybody loves it. More power to you. I felt bad for the hosts. They were terrible. And I felt bad for them for that. And I do think that Anne Hathaway gave it her all. It was either not good writing or the fact that James Franco really acted like he didn't want to be there, or he was under the influence of something. I'm not sure, but he was, yeah, he was not good. And she really, I think, overcompensated with her enthusiasm. That it just became weird. Uh, it's funny, every year they'll complain about the host, and then 4 or 5 years later they're like, man, I wish we had that host back. But if you go back in time and look at what they said right after, they would just get attacked the next day and how bad they were, and then all of a sudden they're the best host. 5 years later. I guess it's kind of the same with most things. You just forget how bad things were. I don't really have any other opinions of the Oscars other than I didn't really enjoy it. I did enjoy reading and tweeting about not enjoying it. I think that was fun. There's always, misery loves company, I suppose. To sum up, boobs are okay. Oscar was not.